Hello, wonderful beings. I am Anisha, and this is Wheel of Wisdom, episode number 73. And I welcome you all, each and every one of you. Thank you for all the hearts and sending me all the love as we start this live today. Um, Yeah, Amber says 73, woot woot. Thank you, Amber, for celebrating the progress of of the episodes of the series with me. I so appreciate your presence and seeing you come back live after live means a lot to me. So yeah, thank you for being here. Um, and I was waiting, maybe one or two more people join and then we can start with the meditation. Until then, how are you doing, Amber? How is life going for you? Okay, you are in a sleepy state and life is treating me very well. I am happy to hear that, Amber, that yeah, things are going pretty smoothly or you are making the best of whatever life is offering you. I am happy for you. And yeah, you can stay in your sleepy state then if you want to. I won't, budge you and disturb you with all the questions and stuff. Okay. Yeah, because I as much appreciate the interaction as much, I just appreciate you spending your time with me while you are doing other things, maybe. Yeah, because mornings are pretty busy for many people, and this is like the morning time for a lot of people. Amber says recently moving with a bunch grief, but amidst it, I pivot as needed, and most days are pretty decent. It is a difficult journey, Amber, and I that's why I was really happy to see, that yeah, at least right now the circumstances are better for you. In terms of no other major challenges. But yeah, thank you for sharing that with me. And I hope that your mom is doing fine. I have been wondering about her. But yeah, I just didn't got the time to, message and ask. So I hope that, she is doing well or she's able to cope in just a little bit better, with whatever she was going through. And she can always reach out to me whenever she need it. Okay. So no worries. Okay. So respecting the time that you're giving, we are going to start with the meditation. Um, Yeah, so if you remember, Amber, we were doing like, a body appreciation series, and we covered, our face until our neck. And today is going to be about, connecting, appreciating, and healing our shoulders and our arms. So, are you ready for the meditation? And also, before we begin, can you please confirm, like, is my audio and video fine? Are you able to, see and hear me fine? Because I don't want any disruptions in the meditation. Oh, we have a new face here joining us. Hi, I would love to know your name and which part of the world you are joining us from. We were just about to begin the live, but yeah, I would love to know a little bit more about you if you plan on staying. And I appreciate you checking this out, this live out. We are having a pretty slow start today, but that's nice as well. The slow days are as valuable as the very interactive ones and all of that stuff. Okay, Amber says ready. Wonderful. Thank you, Amber. So, what we are going to do is, since I think we have a new person, but they may not be able to type, so I am going to just tell you what we are going to do right now very briefly. So, we're going to begin this live with a meditation to open ourselves, to, center ourselves, to get more regulated, and to raise our vibrations so that we are in alignment, so that we can receive that higher wisdom that wants to come through to us. So, we're going to go through a 15 or 20-minute meditation. And then we are going to move on to the next part of this live, which involves spinning the wheel, choosing a book, and choosing few numbers, and yeah, a lot of fun and wisdom and stuff like that. So, before we do that, we're going to begin with the meditation. So, other people, I see some new people joining. Are you guys ready for the meditation? I'm going to just take a sip of water and then we will begin. Hi, Lauren. Lauren says ready. Welcome, welcome to the live. Have you been here before, Lauren, or is this your first time? Okay, it's your first time. Then I'm excited for you that what is going to come up for you. And I'm grateful that this was going on your screen and you were like, okay, this title seems interesting. Let's check it out. So I hope that you receive some value out of this live. So, let's begin with the meditation. You're welcome, Lauren. So, begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can stand, sit, or lie down, whatever your body needs right now. Allowing your spine to become just a little bit taller, aligning your head with the spine and letting your hands either rest in your lap, on your knees, or by the sides of your body. And now, if you feel safe, allow your eyes to either close completely or alternatively, you can choose to lower your gaze, looking downward at the floor in front of you. This helps us limit any form of visual distraction and turn our awareness inward. So, as you turn inward, take a deep breath in through your nose and a slow breath out through your mouth. Ah. Arriving fully in this body, and bring your awareness to your shoulders, feeling their shape, becoming aware of their weight, and noticing any sensations present in this part of your body, perhaps tension or tightness, allowing yourself to connect with your shoulders. And as you feel connected, allow the feeling of gratitude reach your shoulders through my words. Thank you, shoulders. Thank you for carrying the weight of my days, for rising with the joy and softening in rest, for holding the invisible burdens I couldn't name, and always keeping me upright in this world. Now let your awareness flow down to your arms, both the upper arm and the lower arm, noticing the skin covering your arms. You might be feeling the warm or cold air touching the skin of your arms. And now taking your awareness inward into the muscles of your arms, noticing any sensations of warmth or heaviness in your arms. As you feel connected to your arms, let the gratitude flow in. Thank you, arms. Thank you for steadying me when I push, for lifting what matters, for wrapping around those who I love. And now bringing your awareness to your elbows, these simple and essential hinges, noticing if they are tightened or relaxed, and allowing the gratitude for them to flow in. Thank you, dear elbows, for your quiet bending, for your graceful pivots, for letting me fold the laundry and cradle a child, for letting me pick up a cup or write a letter. And now let your awareness move lower to your wrist. This is a small yet impactful part of your body. If you feel like you can choose to move or rotate your wrist, becoming aware of what does it feel like. Do you feel any pain or are your wrists flexible and move with ease? As you connect with them in this manner, expressing gratitude to them. Thank you, my dear wrist. Thank you for balancing movement and precision, for rotating, for dancing between control and flow, for allowing me to turn the pages of my favorite book or to open the door for someone. And finally, letting your awareness shift and rest on your hands, feeling your palm, the back of your hands, noticing if there is any tingling in your fingers, and as you connect with this part, with the very extremes of your body, allow the feeling of gratitude to touch and reach this part as well. As you feel and connect with the life pulsating in your hands. Thank you, hands. Thank you, my dear hands, for every gentle touch and firm grip, for creating, comforting, holding, and healing, for expressing love without words, and for all the unseen ways you have served me, noticing if paying attention to a part of your body in this manner has led your breath to deepen. And now bringing awareness to the whole, both your shoulders and your hands. So, becoming aware of this whole system from your shoulders to the tips of your fingers. And as you pay attention to them in this manner, expressing the final piece of gratitude. Thank you, dear shoulders and my hands, for supporting, protecting, embracing, and reaching, even in pain, fatigue, or injury. You have done your best. I may not always listen, but I am listening to you right now. I thank you and I honor you. And now, for the final piece of this meditation, we are going to offer some healing to these parts of your body. So imagine a soft golden light above your shoulders, warm, gentle, and radiant. As you visualize this, notice the light flowing down into your shoulders, melting any leftover tension, easing the weight that your shoulders carry, and washing away the stiffness and the old emotions held here. Now visualize this golden light streaming down to your arms, flowing through your upper arms to the elbows, down into the forearms, softening the wrists, spilling into the palms, and lighting up every fingertip with healing warmth. This is your own light of love and care. Let every cell of your shoulders and your hands bathe in this healing light, melting down anything that you no longer need, staying with this feeling. And finally, as we reach the end of this meditation, allow yourself to take a deep breath in to soak all the beautiful effects of this practice. And with the exhale, let go of the practice, knowing that all the tiredness and pain and tension has left these parts of your body, becoming aware of your whole body again, noticing the sounds around you, and finally, whenever you feel ready, opening your eyes, coming back into the space around you. You did great. Welcome back. If you feel called to share your experience of the practice, I would love to hear about it. And if not, then you can always just press the hearts to let me know that the practice resonated with you. Hi, Lee. Lee says wonderful. Thank you. I am so glad that, yeah, you resonated with the practice. Thank you. And welcome. I see some new people who have joined us. So I want to say welcome to you all to episode number 73 of Wheel of Wisdom. And I'm grateful to have each and every one of you. And if in case you missed the meditation and you would like to, to check it out, then I want to let you know that the meditation has been recorded and you can access the replays by going to the link tree in the About section of my profile. And also for anyone who is joining us for the very first time, I want to let you know that this is just one part of this live. Now that we are more centered and grounded, we are going to move on to the next phase of this live, which is about fun and wisdom, where we are going to spin the wheel, choose some numbers, do some readings, and stuff like that. So, yeah, I am excited, for what is going to come up for us today. And thank you for all the beautiful hearts that came flowing in. I saw them and I appreciate, all of them. Thank you so much. And I want to let you know that in case you enjoyed the meditation and you are interested in checking out my other meditations, then you can do so by by following me to get notified about all the new all the new meditations or tracks that are going to come out, because we are doing the series of appreciating and healing all the parts of our body one by one. So yeah, and these are going to get released on Insight Timer soon, because I am like releasing all of these meditations which we have recorded, which are around 82 meditations so far, where I'm releasing them once a week, like one meditation a week. So things like that. So if you would like to stay notified, you can, follow me. And I already have a lot of meditations on my profile as well, like 41 free tracks and 11 premium tracks. So yeah, you can check them out. Okay, so guys, now it's time to tap into some fun and wisdom. I love the combo of these two words. So, for anyone who is joining for the very first time, this is our Wheel of Wisdom. And it contains the name of 31 books, randomly chosen out of the many books that I've read so far in the past few years in my own journey. And before we, spin the wheel, I invite you to take a moment to bring to your mind any specific issue that you would like to receive some guidance on, or an area of your life in which you would like to get some direction or clarity. So, if you have something specific for which you are here to receive some wisdom, then you can bring that to the forefront of your mind. And if not, then you can think about, just certain general intention that may I receive guidance for today. So once you have done that, let me know by pressing the heart so we can, go on and spin the wheel and get this live starting. Okay, I see someone has done that. Okay. And Liz says thanks. Hi, Liz. Happy to have you here. And I'm glad that some part of this live resonated with you. And I hope that you gain much more from this live. Thank you for the heart, Amber, and all the hearts. Okay, so I get it. So now that you have thought of something, let's spin the wheel. So, holding whatever it is at the forefront of your mind, and let's spin. Okay, so the book that came up is Ask and It Is Given. It's that simple, just ask God, ask the universe, ask consciousness, spirit, source, whatever you believe in. Just ask and it is given. So, the subtitle of this book is Learning to Manifest Your Desires. And the author of this book is Esther and Jerry Hicks. Again, the name of the book is Ask and It's Given. And the book has been written by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Okay, so let's see what wants to come through from this particular book. Give me a second to, open the book. Hmm. So usually I ask people to like choose a number and tune into your intuition and we are going to go with that number. But right now I'm feeling called to you know, just tune into my own intuition and scroll through the pages of this book and stop at a section that I feel called to. So we're going to do that for this particular book. But don't worry, we're going to play that as well. I'm going to ask you to choose a number, maybe for the next book. Okay, so we're going to do both. So let's see. May whatever comes up from this book impact your mindset to move towards love and, and abundance and growth, and whatever else that you need to incorporate into your life. So let's see. Okay, it was pretty quick. So the paragraph that came up from this is, and which was like the first one, I didn't felt like moving a little bit. I tried to move scroll down, but I was like, no, go upwards. So it is the first thing that I see on this, page. So the author says, our non-physical language is one of vibration, and our non physical communities or families are those of intention. I love that. So we communicate through vibrations, or what people can call like vibes or something. Yeah, so we communicate in spiritual terms, yeah, vibrations, and that has like a much deeper meaning. But yeah, so we communicate at a non-physical level through vibration, and we are always communicating with each other and in the universe. And the author says that our non-physical communities or families are those of intention, so meaning the people, you know who are our tribe, in terms of like their intention match that of ours. If our intention is to live mindfully, then we are going to, the non-physical family or communicate the community is that of those people who also want to, who also have that similar kind of intention. um Amber says you have got very consistent, wonderful vibes, Anisha. Thank you, Amber. Yeah, I am trying to be as consistent as possible and try to include this live, doing these as much as possible. And yeah, I try my best considering this and the other work that I do, coaching and stuff like that. So yeah, and Amber, your donations has really helped me, and everyone else's, and your support and your love and interaction, everything has helped me. So yeah, I am here being consistent because of you guys. Okay, coming back to the paragraph. Um, so in other words, we radiate that which we are vibrationally, and others of like intent assemble. Again, we radiate that which we are vibrationally, and others of the like intent assemble. So if we are grateful, if we are going through life thinking that life is beautiful, life is amazing, and yeah, and there is a lot more to life, or life is meaningful and stuff like that, then we are going to attract vibrationally those kind of people who also think in the same manner, or who also help us experience that or enhance that experience. And same goes for the ones who thinks that, life is difficult, hard, life is such a struggle, and all of those things. So they attract people from the same frequency, and then they get to experience the same things, and hence their original, thought process or mindset gets even stronger. So, yeah, kind of like the self-fulfilling prophecy acting at this, in this form. And if you would like to know more about what I'm talking about, less in a spiritual term and more in a more like logical or a science-based manner, then you can check out this particular course of mine, because I have two lessons in this explaining the self-fulfilling prophecy and how we keep creating the life that, you know, that we originally thought life is, So we create a life that is aligned with our beliefs, and our beliefs get strengthened each time we do so. Coming back. So, that is also true of your physical world, although most of you have forgotten that this is so. So, he also explains that whatever the author is talking about, this spiritual or non-physical, domain is also true in our physical world, and we have just forgotten about it. Um, let's see. Yeah, I think, yeah, that was the ending of this page. So I guess, this was a reminder for us to check in as to what our beliefs are, and with what kind of a mindset that we are going around in our life. What kind of Do we even set an intention throughout our day, when we start our day, or are we just moving automatically based on the beliefs that we have inside our mind, and based on whatever life is throwing at us, and we never act or live intentionally. So, this was, I think, an invitation to check on and identify all of the things that we are carrying with us and see whether they are serving us. And if not, let's just not continue that anymore. If it is not helping us raise our vibrations, if it is not helping us create those life experiences that we want. And if you would like to, understand or gain techniques or tools to do so, like to identify your mindset or your beliefs, then you can, again, check out the course that I mentioned here, which is Master Your Mindset by Identifying Your Limiting Beliefs. Um, so that was the first reading for today. Now I'm feeling like spinning the wheel again. Usually I ask for votes, but yeah, I'm feeling like spinning the wheel again because I really want you to also, have some fun and play the game. So again, whatever your intention was, you can okay, before that, if anyone feel called to share whatever is coming up for you based on the first reading, you can, do so in the comments. You can also share if it resonates with you, or if you're planning to do something based on this, change something in your life based on whatever the reading was, because that guidance wanted to come through. Guidance wanted to reach you, and that is why you're here. So you were meant to hear that. So if you resonate with it, feel free to comment and share, if that reading resonated. And if you can't comment because you're doing something else, then you can just press the heart to let me know. And I'm going to take a sip of water before we move on to the next reading. So, hi, Lisa. Nice to have you. I was, waiting for you. And that's okay. That's okay. I would want, there's no need to apologize. I would want you to feel at ease and just drop in whenever you can. And if you need to, just drop out and drop in again. Just go with the flow, go with your life. And I always just am feel honored that you are making me a part of your routine. So welcome, Lisa, to episode number 73 of Wheel of Wisdom. Amber says, coming up when I was feeling lost in a depression haze, and how more folks who were experiencing mental health challenges started showing up in my radius. Yeah, it is so true that, and it can be you know, for your health as well, like, to connect that you are not the only one who is suffering, but also to, but also as an alignment with this. So we can either make the best of it as again, or we can just, use it to reconfirm our beliefs that this person is also saying that, life is such a struggle, or people are so bad, or world is so rude and stuff like that. Or we can use that, to connect and feel a sense of community while we are suffering, because that isolation, that feeling of isolation is like, is kind of more, it adds to the already existing pain. And I'm so happy that you are now out of that, now that you are, connected. And mm-hmm. Amber says, also coming up, how I have shifted and more joy is shared by folks and people rejoice with me. They share excitement and love. I love that, the kind of community, the kind of people that you have attracted. Yeah. And yeah, that's why I think I assume that you are in a better place right now, because yeah, I can feel your energy and it is very uplifting and encouraging and all of that. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm so happy for you. And thank you for sharing your own experience. And I appreciate you sharing the vulnerable, feelings from that time. Okay, so it's time to do the second reading, and we are going to choose another book for that. So, holding whatever it is that you need to receive some guidance on. So, it can be a specific issue from your life, or just set an intention to receive some guidance for today. So, we are going to spin this wheel and see what wants to come through. So, the book that came for all of us is The Mindful Path to Self Compassion, a big one. Freeing Yourself from Destructive Thoughts and Emotions by Christopher K. Germer. So, yeah, compassion is always the one that helps us, you know, with both the pain and the additional suffering that we create for ourselves. So, let's see. I'm just going to open the book and then I'm going to ask you to choose a number. Give me a second. Hmm. Okay. So, in a moment from now, I am going to ask you all to choose a number between certain numbers. Okay. And those of us who are joining us for the very first time, I want you to know that you don't need to rush at all, because I'm not going to choose the number which are at the top. I am going to consider all the numbers that you share and just, tune into my own intuition and choose a number that I am feeling called to. And that is why I want you to take your time and see which number is coming up for you. Just tune into your own intuition. Okay, so here we go. Choose a number between 30 to 255. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Susie. And nice to see you here again. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Tina. Okay. So we are going to go through these numbers. Anyone else who want to can add to the numbers. Okay. Okay. So the number that I'm feeling called to is 36, and the number has been chosen by Liz for all of us. Thank you, Liz, for doing so. Thank you, Liz. That is so sweet of you. I so appreciate that. And I feel warmth, all around here. Just, yeah, smiling inside, from inside out. Thank you. I am grateful to have you. And I'm excited which piece of wisdom you have chosen for all of us, because I want to let you know, anyone who's joining us for the very first time, that it doesn't matter whose number I choose. In fact, they are just another source of wisdom. You were meant to receive that message because you are here. So you were meant to receive that. Okay. So that message is for all of us. So let's see. Liz has chosen page number 36 for all of us. Hmm. Okay. So the heading of this one is Suppress It. So they're going to tell us something about, how we usually suppress our thoughts and mostly our emotions, how we try to suppress them, shove them off in some corner of our body or ourselves. So I think it is pretty like, experiment kind, but let's see. Since it came through, I'm going to read it. So the author says the young Dostoevsky is said to have challenged his brother to not think of a white bear, leaving him puzzled and confused. In 1987, Daniel Wegner and colleagues asked students to do the same thought suppression task for 5 minutes. Okay, I get it why it came up. So, we are going to do a thought experiment, guys. Many of you might be familiar with it, and especially if you have taken like one of my courses, you would be familiar with this one, but let's do it. So, for the next 2 minutes, okay, 2 minutes is too much. Okay, for the next 1 minute, I want you guys to not think about ice cream. Okay, so don't think about ice cream at all. Don't think about the flavor or the appearance. Do not think about ice cream. No matter what you do not think about ice cream. Okay, time's up. So, how many people succeeded? How many people did not thought about ice cream for the whole duration of this, 1 minute? And how many people did? How many people did thought about the ice cream despite I asked you to not think about it? Susie did. Okay. Which ice cream? Any particular, any particular ice cream, Susie? Let us all get our mouth watery. And other people, did you thought about it or did you not? Just let the votes here. Okay, let's thought about the ice cream, which is chocolate. Susie thought about mint chocolate chip. Okay. Mm-hmm. Amber says, laugh, LMAO, not ice, not ice cream came. Okay, wait me a sec. Okay, you didn't thought about the ice cream until I said the words, and then you thought about like ice cream, right? Okay, so Amber is an exception. Okay, Lisa says every time you said not to, I visualize it vanilla. Okay, okay. So, hmm, we are getting a lot of, we are getting to know each other through ice cream. Maybe we can all go on an ice cream date if this was physical. I bet you would have loved that, after after the live, we could have gone on an ice cream date, all of us. Amber says chocolate and Neapolitan. I saw cones too, lol. Okay. Okay, so like, Tina says same here. If you said then I thought, but just the words of ice cream. Okay. Okay. So Tina and Amber were able to somehow, to some extent, not fully, but yeah, to some extent, not think about ice cream. Maybe just the words. And so if you were not thinking about ice cream, how you were not able to think about ice cream? Did you thought about something else, Tina and Amber? No, nothing else. Mm-hmm. Pretty empty mind. That's rare. Okay. Okay, you thought about emptying my mind of thoughts related to sweets. Mm-hmm. So you kind of thought about ice cream in a way that, you know, I should not think about ice cream or I should not think about sweet things. So that's what we do, when we have a negative thought, we try to suppress it. We try to not think about it. If we are worrying about something, we are like, no, I don't want to think about it. I want to suppress it. I don't want to go through this whole thing again. Amber says, and then it was blankish. Okay, and then again, it popped up after a few seconds. Even if I didn't say the word, Amber, what happened? Even if, I didn't said, but in that pause, did it pop up? Okay, Amber says no. Okay. So there are a few strategies to bypass this thought experiment thing, like the people who were not able to think about that particular, object that the experimenters mentioned. There were certain strategies, either replacing the thought with something else, or there were, I think, few other strategies in that. Okay. So yeah, every time I mentioned it, but you thought about it. Okay. So the point is that I'm trying to make here is that, or the author or this experiment tried to make here is that, firstly, thought suppression do not work most of the times until you apply very specific strategies. Okay. You are still going to think about the thing that you think that I don't want to think about. So suppressing it do not work. And this is in terms of thought. Emotion is just another level of story. But with the thoughts also, it doesn't work that well. Second, even if you were able to, for example, Amber and Tina, it required a lot of effort to do so. It required energy and attention and focus. So you were focused on not thinking about it for a moment until the blank came and stuff like that. So you were still focused on that thing, but maybe not thinking about it. So you were still focused on that, whether to think about it or not, that is a different issue. But yeah, that object still was roaming in your mind. And it was taking a lot of effort, a lot of mental energy of yours to do so. So, and this was a very simple thing. But when it comes to our negative thoughts, they are very personal to us. They are way more personal and way more powerful. So it takes an immense amount of energy, an immense amount of mental energy to try to suppress our thoughts. And that's our go to. If that is your go to strategy, then that is why any stressor is leaving you drained a lot, you know, or drained very easily because a lot of energy is getting consumed in trying to suppress it. And whatever you suppress, it doesn't go anywhere. It is going to stay within you, in the deep corners of your mind or within your body in some manner, if that is an emotion. So suppression as a strategy um is not a strategy that really works or that is very effective. It is just like other strategies, like, when you are eating, emotionally eating, when you're feeling down or stressed, and you are eating stuff to fill yourself, to fill that void within you that needs something else, that needs love or care or attention or reassurance or whatever it is, or just watching TV to numb yourself, to not think about it. So yeah, it is just thought suppression. Suppressing your thoughts is just another strategy like that, and it doesn't work. It doesn't. um there are two ways if you want to deal with your thoughts. One is to reframe your thoughts, and not in the most positive or optimistic manner. That is not going to work very well for a long time. But instead in so there are different criterias. Okay, let me mention my course here. I have one course around it. So if you would like to learn better ways to deal with your thoughts, then you can, check this course out. In this, I have mentioned like particular techniques to do so. So this can be one. mm, You can save it because I have two courses. So I'm going to remove this one. So you can save it. Let me know when you have saved it if anyone is interested. You can press the heart to let me know. Okay, Tina has saved it. Wonderful. And the other course is this one. This specifically captures the different types of negative thoughts that we have. The very common categories of thoughts, the negative thoughts that most humans share. And I have mentioned how to identify them, what they look like, and how to, overcome each of those different kinds of thoughts because there's a different kind of way to address each one. So there is this way, to reframe your thoughts. And then there is, if this doesn't work for you, because this is also going to so this is going to help you deal with your thoughts in an effective manner. Okay, but so this works and this is better than suppression. But there is also another way. So if this doesn't work for you, or if it requires a lot of energy from you, initially it would, but if you still continue to practice and still it is requiring a lot of effort, or you're not able to do so, or perhaps it works for certain kind of thoughts, but it doesn't work for very sticky or very long, how do I say it? The thoughts or beliefs that you have carried for a very long time and they are very sticky, they don't want to leave you. Then you can go for another way of being with your thoughts, which is about, you know, which involves like mindfulness, which involves letting go and learning all of these, all of these kind of very soft or very beneficial skills. So I don't have like I think, a course around this, especially in relation to thought. But if you are interested, you can always, you can message me and book a session with me because, okay. So when I say that, I think it's time to also mention to anyone who is joining for the very first time the gift that I'm offering to all the women who attend my lives. So, if you are a woman present here who would be interested in a complimentary session with me, who would, like to have some support or guidance or whatever it is that you need, and just have a powerful conversation and yeah, grab that 1 hour free coaching session with me, then you can message me on Insight Timer. And I would be so happy to support you in your journey in any manner. And there are no obligation, that is absolutely free. It is just a complimentary session since you are attending my lives. And yeah, for gratefulness for your presence. So the way to message me on Insight Timer is you can go to my profile. Let me show you. I'm going to remove this course to put up my profile. So if anyone wanted, you can save this course. I'm going to take a sip until, if you want, you can. And the two courses that I've shared with you, I'm sharing because they have worked for a lot of people. I have like around, more than 3,500 or more than like 2,000 students in these courses from this, from on Insight Timer itself. So, yeah, I am pretty sure that they are going to help you. And that's why I'm suggesting that. So, yeah, now, are you guys able to see and hear me? Um, Thank you so much, everyone, for letting me know. And since it was frozen, it was because of my, the internet connections. I was not able to know that this is frozen. Thank you so much. I was speaking with myself for the last few minutes. Okay. So and okay, and thank you so much for your patience, for staying here with me despite the bad internet connection. I so appreciate that really. Thank you so much. So what was the last thing that you guys heard me say? Does anyone remember? And welcome, Paul. Thank you for joining. And to anyone else also, I see some new people have joined us. So I was just mentioning about like different ways to deal with your negative thoughts and how suppression do not work. So I mentioned two of my courses, one around, when I shared before, and I think people, I was audible until then. But the name of the course is, in case you guys joined late, is let me check. I forget the name of my courses. I just remember the content. Yes, it was around like master your, no, it was about transform your negative thoughts and master healthy thinking. And this is the second one. Okay, am I not audible again? It seems like I have a bad connection again. What is happening? Am I audible? Okay, you can hear me. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. I thought, yeah, the internet connection went bad again. Yes, I was mentioning that there are two healthier ways to deal with our thoughts rather than suppression. One is, the techniques that I mentioned in these two courses that I shared with you guys. Okay. One was about transform your negative thoughts, something like that. And the other one was overcome your common thinking errors. So you can go to my profile and check them out. And I have put like the courses here as well. And the other way is to, the other way is a more softer approach, not softer in terms of like how we do it. It is pretty hard, but it is, yeah, simple is a better word. It is a much simple process, but like meditation is simple, just focusing on the breath and coming back and focusing on the breath and coming back. So it is a simple process, but it takes time to learn that skill. So, yeah, it involves, mindfulness, acceptance, compassion, all of those things, in terms of dealing with your thoughts. So, that the first approach that I'm sharing in my courses have worked for a lot of people. So, I have like these two are my most popular courses. So, you can check them out. Yeah, around like 3,000 or like 3,500 or 2,000 plus students have enrolled in these. So, they have benefit people. But if they don't, then there is other way as well. So you don't need to feel hopeless. Hi Dina. Hi, welcome. So guys, there is another fellow teacher on Insight Time from Insight Timer here. And yeah, I love the bubbly and friendly personality of Dina. I recently, checked out your profile. I didn't knew before like you were another teacher. But yeah, from Caitlin Live, I got to, know about you, and I'm definitely going to check you out. And I encourage other people as well to check Tina out. If you especially want to, truly connect or, yeah, better understand love and things about that. So, yeah, you're welcome, Tina. Okay, so we were talking about, yeah, dealing with our negative thoughts. So if these courses don't work that I've shared with you, it usually does, but if it don't, then then I also then I'm also offering a gift. So I was revealing the gift when the internet connection went bad. Yeah. So I have recently started offering a gift to all the women who attend my lives. So if you're a woman who would be interested in a complimentary session with me, then you can message me on Insight Timer. So I would be so happy to have a powerful conversation with you and yeah, and offer you that free 1 hour coaching session with me. So if you're interested in that, then what you can do is that simply message me on Insight Timer. And the way to do that is you need to go to my profile. Okay, let me put it up here. And if you're already following me, you would see like, okay, let me refresh. Yeah. So if you're already following me, you would see the follow button becomes a donate button. Above it, three dots appear. Click on the three dots, go to message teacher, and here you can message me that Anisha, I'm interested in that complimentary session. And I would be honored to guide any women present here on their journey. Okay. So feel free to reach out. Yeah. And let's see what is the time. I was not aware of the time. Yeah. Okay. So let's do like one more reading and then we can wrap this live. Seems like I have a bad internet connection. Since you guys have been very patient, I want you to have that last reading. But I don't think this live is going to allow me, or the internet is going to allow me, or whatever it is, upgrade is going to allow me to do so. So, what I'm going to do is that I am going to not only post the summary of this live that I always do, including the type of meditation we did, the name of the book, and the readings that we did. I'm also going to post another reading. I'm going to just come, just feel Just get more grounded again by taking some deep breaths, tune into my intuition, and choose a reading from the book. And I'm going to post that reading as well in my group, which is Wonderful Beings. So you guys can, check out that reading. You guys can join my group by either searching for it on Insight Timer in the search box, or you can go to my profile, okay, on the home page and scroll all the way down, okay, here, and you can join the group here. And let's see. Hello, Walid. Hello, welcome. Uh, like right now, I think the tech and everything is, going ha- going crazy on me. So I'm not able to provide anything valuable right now. But if you were here for a moment or something, and if you find something interesting, then you can join the group and yeah, and receive some readings. Okay. Dina says nice. Thank you, Dina. Yeah, that is the only idea. That is the only best way I think I can cope with the situation and deliver you something of value as well. Amber says find the details in her Wonderful Beings group and replays in her profile in Linktree. Wisdom. Yeah, thank you so much for mentioning the location of the replays and yeah, everything in the chat, Amber. I so appreciate that. Thank you so much. I love the support. So, we're going to end this live at this moment. I have enjoyed having all of you here. Despite the tech issues, you guys, you guys kept me sane and yeah, and helped me just not go in panic mode. So yeah, thank you so much, each and every one of you who tuned in. And if you enjoyed any part of this if of this, live, either the meditation or the readings that came through, and would like to support me in continuing doing these lives, or in yeah, in showing up and doing what I love. If you would like to support me in that, you can make a donation of whatever amount that you feel called to, and there's no pressure at all, only if you feel called to, and the amount also don't matter. I just appreciate your support in whatever way it comes. Lisa says everyone has a blessed day. Thank you, Lisa, for tuning in, and yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful day. So I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. Bye bye. That's it for the lesson. I will see you. Okay, I have another live. Let me put that here. I will see you day after tomorrow, which is here on 29th June. So you guys can like RSVP or something so you don't miss it. You're welcome, Susie. Thank you for tuning in and for your patience. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. I appreciate that. Love you guys. Bye.